What is the value in the valley? Before I can answer that question, let me define what it means to be in the valley. Remember, you've been fired. So you are in the valley. You've lost your job, you've lost your income, you're depressed, you're angry, you're confused, you don't know which way to go, you did not have a backup plan, you're frustrated, and to add insult to injury, you just prepaid a trip to Kenya for your first safari. So, let me tell you that you are not alone in the valley. To give you an example, there are entire countries that are in the valley. Greece is in the valley. Greece is going through one of the most trying times in its history. In terms of its economy, the austerity measures they've just introduced, it is going to take an act of God to get Greece out of their current predicament. It is going to be the political will of its government and the patience of its people to ensure that they get out of the valley. There are entire companies in the valley. BP, British Petroleum. British Petroleum is going through one of the most trying times in its corporate history. They are responsible for one of the most largest environmental incidents in their corporate history. British Petroleum is in the valley. How their government, how their leadership responds to this challenge is going to tell us how quickly they emerge from this incident. And so now I come back to you, because you too are in the valley. But before I tell you what is the value in the valley, I want you to think about something. Because what I don't want is for you to think that the valley is just one point that you just need to get out of as quickly as possible. You need to suffer. You need to spend time in the valley. Because if you don't suffer, and if you don't learn from what put you in the valley, you will find yourself back in the valley. History has shown us this. It is the very reason why many companies continue to fail, because they don't learn from what they did wrong in the first place. So what is the value in the valley? Rediscovering yourself. You need to determine and find out who you are. Who is that person that you used to be that was successful, that was happy, that people like to call, that people like to work with? Who is that person? Who are you? You need to talk to your friends, your family, people you trust. Now, they may tell you things you don't want to hear, and in fact, you should welcome that. But you should talk to these people and find out who you are. Because if you do not know who you are, it is going to be a long climb out of the valley. The value in the valley. Renew your energy. What do I mean? Your mind, your body, your spirit. You need to determine what it is that motivates you to get out of the bed each and every day. You need to understand what it is that brings you joy. What do you like to do? What are the things that replenish your spirit, that replenish your mind, that make you smile, that make you healthy? What are the things that really, literally make people want to be around you? Take the time to understand those things. The value in the valley. Repositioning yourself for success. It does not make any sense for you to spend time suffering if you do not come out as a changed person. Let's take BP for example. It won't make any sense for them to go through this horrific experience and not come out a new company. Greece. It won't make sense for Greece to go through this experience and 10 years later we're looking at Greece again getting a bailout. Right? So take the time to reposition yourself. And what do I mean? Find out what it is you can do. What can you do that adds value to a company, that adds value to your family, to your friends, to your loved ones? What do you do that adds value to the community? It doesn't always have to be about an economic benefit. There's a social benefit. There's an emotional benefit. Right? There's a physical benefit. When you know what you can do and you know that you can do this uniquely better than someone else, or that what you do really matters to someone, that is the value in the valley. So I want to leave you with a quote in closing from Albert Einstein. And Albert Einstein said one of the best quotes that I love, and I use it every day. And it's the definition of insanity. And basically it goes like this: if you continue to do the same things over and over and expecting different results, you are insane. So folks, the value in the valley, take the time to understand who you are. Take the time to let others understand who you are. There's no room for negativity in the valley. There's no room for pride in the valley. There's only room for humility. And if you do these things that I ask you, I guarantee you, you will exit the valley more successful than you ever have been before. Thank you.
Thank you, Roderick. I'm sure that all understood the value in the valley. So we have a minute now to fill the evaluation forms before we proceed to the next speech.